My friends, how are you doing? Happy, what is this? This is a Tuesday morning. Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast. I was doing a business and entrepreneurship series, so you will run into a lot of those videos and tutorials because I have a lot of people who want to bring themselves out of the rat race humdrum life, and I was doing it specifically for a good friend of mine who was new in business, and he was asking for my help in putting some sense to it, to put it together for him, because he just don't want to be self-employed. He wants to have a business, and that's very different. It's very different. People who are self-employed, they're just replacing the 9-to-5 for another type of 9-to-5 where they have a little bit more freedom, not necessarily more freedom, but a little more autonomy over how they do things. And not all the time that is good if you don't understand business systems and business principles. So I taught that in 14 lessons. I have 2 more lessons that I'll use to cap it off, but I had to come in here this morning to make this podcast because I realize that most people struggle with this, and I've struggled with it for years too. And it is somewhat based in understanding how things work in the human experience, how we as human beings work. And if you don't understand that, then many times you surface think and you get into the feeling that you could just summon a certain behavior, or you could just want a certain thing, or you could just approach, or you could just do a certain thing and it's done, or that's how it's gonna work. And that is a killer. That is robbing so much people of their progress. So I want to open this up for you this morning, and if there's nothing else that you take, you have to try and understand this. And I've spoken about it in many different ways before, but I always use this quote, as Samuel L. Jackson said, that we often need to be reminded more than we need to be instructed. We know, and we still don't do. And sometimes a fresh perspective have to be brought to it for it to cement it, or sometimes it has to come at a different time when we're really open. As they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And this is what I want you to get. I want you to understand the difference between wanting to do something and wanting to achieve something and actually making yourself take the steps to achieving it. The difference between starting something and actually following through. The start is not the problem. I've started thousands of things. You yourself, everybody you know, have started all the time. And most people, if you are in an office, if you're in a work environment, if you're at school, I'm putting a guess. This is not statistically proven. I'm putting in a guess to say that at least 7 people have started to exercise. If you're in an office or in a group who fantasize or dream of owning your own business, they have started something, to change your life, to earn them more income. People have started the hobby. People have started the personal development. People have started the training. People have started the school, the course. People have started to eat right, to eat healthy. That has been started by all the time, and a high percentage of people started. They go to the supermarket, they buy healthy food, they stop drinking soda for 2 days, for 2 hours, for 2 weeks, for 2 months. People always start because we have something in us, the stronger self. There's something in us that comes up and wants to do better. The greater part of us, that part of us that is yearning for a desired outcome that would make us happy, that would be ideal for our lives. We all have that. We all have done it. We all have started it. We all have brushed up on it. We all have flirted with it. Whatever we have done, we all have started something. I'm not going to make this podcast long because I want it to cement in, and I want to go on and on so that you miss the point. Because sometimes when you get lengthy, then people it doesn't compress in the mind, and the mind tunes out because our attention spans have been, corrupted with social media and everything that's happening in this fast-paced world. So we don't focus for too long. And I'm not attacking anybody. It's just us human beings. This is what's happening now. When there wasn't so many things around, people would have been able to focus for longer times. Now that don't happen. So let me compress it for you. So this is what you need to understand. You need to understand that when you start out to do something, to achieve something, to make something a reality, when you take on a new habit, when you make a change, when you make a new start, when you embark on a journey, when you have launched out, it don't matter what it is, business, exercise, health, course, personal development, academic development, whatever it is that you have done, especially the ones that you're not being supervised in, that you have not spent the money, when you have not walked into a organization or a college, and it's a professional achievement that you're going for, and you've paid your money and you started out, especially when it's not a $50 gym membership, or it's not a YouTube course that you pay $5 a month for. I'm talking about when it's not those hardwired things. In other words, I said that wrong. When it is not a course that you have paid a lot of money for. If it is something like a YouTube video that you have paid, course that you have paid $27 for, $10 for, or anything like a gym membership that you have paid $10 for, $50 for, that you're supposed to go, and nobody's forcing you to go. You don't have to go. You didn't lose a lot of money. It's not gonna impact your pocketbook or your bank account in 6 months. Something like that you can get out of, you can talk your way out of, you can excuse yourself out of. Those things that are usually important but not urgent, that actually down the road will become urgent, but sometimes it's too late, or a lot of times it's too late when the important things become urgent. Our health, our physical fitness, our wealth, our progress, our sources of income, when those become urgent. So when you start out something that's not urgent yet, understand that it does not have a magnetic field. It won't stick. What do I mean by that? When you get on out there and you get started, not because you feel or you're in a mood or you're in an emotional state, whatever brought you there, not because you're in that state, it doesn't mean that it is going to stick. In fact, it is not going to be stick. It's not going to be sticking. It's not going to stick. It won't have a magnetic charge. There's no pull on these type of things. The small daily steps have absolutely no pull. What do I mean? Don't expect that if you go jogging yesterday morning, that you will feel to go jogging tomorrow morning, to go jogging Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday again, Thursday again. Don't expect to get that feeling. Don't expect that if you can resist the soda this evening at lunchtime, don't expect to be able to just be easy and resist it again tomorrow at lunch, and tomorrow at dinner, and tomorrow at breakfast. Don't expect that if you are reading, if you start to read and you're adding reading to the things that you do to improve your mind and your life, don't expect that because you read 2 pages today, you will feel like reading 2 more pages tomorrow and 2 more pages the other day, and turns into a book for the month. And you're not going to feel that. There's no charge, there's no pull. In fact, you're going to feel the opposite. You're not going to want to do it. You will start, might find enough feeling, there might be something that motivates you, that pushes you to start, but you absolutely will not feel the push to continue, to persevere. You will get into the procrastination thing and you will go right back to square one. Your mind will start to tell you stories of why not, why tomorrow, why it is not going to work. All that stuff is what's going to be at the center of your mind and at the forefront of your mind. You're not going to want to do it continually. Therefore, this is what I want you to understand. I want you to know that you have to break your butt to hardwire these things in. There's what we call in psychology a storming period. You're going to have to push like hell. Whether you're using an accountability partner, whether you're using willpower, whether you're optimizing your environment to make you do it, you are going to have to push like hell for at least 3 months to get any form of sticking, to get any form of pull, to get any form of magnetic charge. That's going to make you feel like you want to do it most of the time. You are going to have to go through the storming period of hardwiring it. You're going to have to push yourself when you're tired, when you're falling over, when there's every reason why you can't do it. You got to touch it. If you can't get to a page, you got to read 10 sentences. If you can't do 15 minutes of exercise, you got to do 10. You got to do 5. You can't do the 8 sit-ups, you got to do 3. You're going to have to storm through the initial stages because it's not going to stick. And unless you push yourself to get it hardwired, to develop that habit, to break yourself into the new norm, it's not going to happen. And that's the reason why people start and stop. That's why people embark on something and never follow through. That's the reason why we all have touched it, have moved off, have made a change, but we can't sustain it. Because we're expecting to feel it. We're over-relying on willpower, and willpower is unreliable. I'm sorry. So, know that. And once you know that, you are aware every day. You keep this in your consciousness and in your awareness that, look, I know, I expect that I was going to feel this way. But I know I'm in the period of storming through this initial stage. Of making myself do the thing. Or finding somebody to help me do it. Because it is a tough one and I can't do it. I cannot hardwire these habits. I cannot get them to stick. So, the next thing you start, the next time you move, the next time you want to get it done, the next time you embark on something, know that these are not common impulses. Common impulses stick. These are not addictions. Addictions stick. But you must know that real hardcore stuff is not going to stick. Things that are better for you, things that are going to improve your health, things that are going to improve your life are changes. And changes are tough. You are going to have to storm through them. You're going to have to push yourself. You're going to have to get your environment optimized. You've got to get your energy level optimized. You've got to get an accountability partner. But just don't think that it is a breeze. Don't think that you can come upon it and it will be done and it will work. It won't. And that is a mistake most people are making when they want change. They're expecting that it is just the flash in the pan, hey, I want change and I'm starting this and I control my own life and behaviors and I'm going to do this now. We got this. It's done. It's in the bag. This is a change. And that's why New Year's resolutions fail all the time. Because people think that because it's January 1st and it's a new year in front of them and that is enough motivation. and TD Jake said this once, I'll just stop it right here, that the change of the calendar or the clock doesn't bring anything. You have to add substance to it. It's normal. It's not going to bring a magical power. It is you who have to find it within. Whether by the way you change your surrounding or the way you change your mindset and the disciplines that you push yourself to build through a storming period. However long that storming period is for you. How well are you able to hold this conviction in your mind and make this commitment to yourself and push through, dogged and grim, until it happens. Thank you guys. Always a pleasure. I hope this was valuable to you this morning, because it is something that I've struggled with for a long time, and I know many people struggle with it. But I want you to know and to keep that in your awareness, that as the definition of commitment say, that a commitment is one person definition. I remember who it is. He said that a commitment is doing the thing that you say you would do long after the feeling that you were in when you said it have passed. Thank you. Have a good day.